never thought that I'd be here, playing around in this field, keeping hope and fighting fear, prairie grass for a spear, my dreams for a shield.
Well, what you're seeing tonight is a culmination of a months-long process of a series of story swaps, extensive work in the archives, gathering stories, interviewing people, recruiting actors, musicians. It's an original, creative production, but it didn't happen overnight. So there's been many months of behind-the-scenes work involved in this.
Surrounded by love and a family, here we are.
What has been so exciting about this particular show that's different than other place-based shows is that we're really trying to unite an entire county. So we're starting to think more regionally, being able to highlight the unique perspectives of each of the 4 communities that we're playing with, but also being able to kind of find the commonalities between these places and what really unites them. And being able to stage this production all over these beautiful landscapes has been such a gift.
We're looking at this county through the lens of 4 towns: Parker's Prairie, Perham, Battle Lake, and Pelican Rapids. And we've gotten to know residents from those 4 towns very well.
We set up sort of a coffee shop gathering and collect the stories of folks from the county that have been here a long time or had some colorful stories to share, and then just use everyday Otter Tales County residents to tell the history of the county.
Well, we don't live in a microcosm, so I think our puppet show should be about all of Otter Tales County.
Agreed. How far into the future should we create?
How about 150 years?
Wow, that's a long time from now. We'll be dead.
Yes, but it will be an important year for the county.
Sesquicentennial!
The Historical Society is so good and they played along so well, but sitting in those story swaps and hearing how people wanted to make sure we told that story, that's their story. They worked so hard in getting the history of the county and the location so well, and my favorite part is that Fergus isn't a part of it. Everything always happens in Fergus Falls. And so Fergus finally gets to be the villain, and I think that's why I love that scene so much, is that I'm like, I'm stealing the seat, and you guys are just evil.
Craftiest when in the dark of night they got a posse of kin snuck down to Otter Tales, and I ain't kidding, they took that county seat back with us.
Not everybody is a historian, so we use song and dance and comedy and puppets and other theatrical means as wild as we can get to open up people's minds to the significance of their history. I think through the imagination, we can get people to think about their surroundings and their past and their future in a whole different way.
Our county seat away.
I think it's the best way to teach the history, because even the actors in the show were like, I'm not really history people, but I learned so much about the county they all grew up in.
That's a big part of PlaceBase, is they make history come to life. And so we can play people in history, and it's been a lot of fun.
Sounds like you've never read the Bible.
Hannah Kemper!
I didn't know about Hannah Kemper.
Like Hannah Kemper. Hannah Kemper.
When I originally got the role, it's just like, oh, you know, that's somebody that's important to the county, and I didn't really think that much about it. But a fellow church member handed me a book that was part of her autobiography, and I sat down and read that, and that character became real for me.
In 1923, I joined the House of State, the first to be elected
even did turtle races. I didn't know that before. I think you beat a bowman in the county. Can you stop fighting now?
All of the puppets that we made are people that lived, except for Pelican Pete. That was interesting to find out that there were, in this play, actual people that actually lived.
I have done a lot of plays, and I love acting, and then when I figured out it was about history, then I loved it even more.
And ere the sun had reached the western horizon, laid the foundation for the first permanent settlement in Otter Tales County, on the shores of beautiful Lake Clitheroe.
I continue to be amazed at the creativeness of Ashley and Andrew. Andrew's ability to write the script, to boil down so much history into, you know, a few scenes here and in some dialogue and in lyrics is, you know, just amazing. And to pull this all together like they have done for this original creative production that's what amazes me.
They wrote an entire song with 95 fishing lakes, and it works. Like, I love that song.
Dead Lake, Rush Lake from a canoe, Leaf Lake, Pickerel, Tamarack, Turtle Paw, Battlestar, Silent as Spirit or Loon. 10 Mile, Silver Wall, Clear Lost, Clitheroe, Devil's Deer, Eagle, Fisher, Burger, and Bass. Twin League, Sybil Swan, Adley. If you can sing this any faster, you can fish my
Stewart.
The biggest thing was that they said no experience required, because I'm not professional at all, but I really enjoy playing. And so based on that experience, I had such a good time. I really wanted to make sure that me and my family, I have 3 kids in the play as well. I wanted to make sure that they had that experience as well.
I do like talking to everybody, like hanging out with people, getting to know people. Like, I didn't know most of these people because they all lived in different towns. And then once you got further, you got to know them, and everybody was a bit more comfortable around each other.
We have every town that we are performing in represented, in addition multiple other towns as well, represented in our cast, and they have driven seriously hundreds of miles to be a part of this show, which just shows the dedication and commitment to the community spirit and pride and, you know, willingness to jump in both feet and get very involved in creating a better future for this county.
Hills will give you strength when you're feeling weak. Gather up your friends and head.
You know, I'm 66, soon to be 67 years old, and virgin experiences are few and far between for an old guy. So this was a virgin experience for me. It's nice. You know, I don't believe we should always do things the way we've always done them just because that's the way we've done them. And I think in a lot of ways, people say, oh, I can't do theater, I couldn't act because I don't have a voice that's big enough, or I'm not a good dancer, or, you know, because you look at me and you can say, okay, that's not a dancer's body. And it's not a dancer's body. But no one said, oh, you can't dance.
Already just talking to a few people that I know that have attended have just said, we are really become a part of the theater. We've become part of the scene. And that is what they've really taken back with it. And that's what they've really, really enjoyed, that we've participated in the production with you.
When I've told people, okay, and you're gonna wanna bring a chair, because you're gonna move. What? Oh, so you're gonna do a scene, and then we're gonna do a scene, and then we're gonna do a scene, and then we're gonna be done. And then we're gonna go to another town. And they're like, a different show? And I went, nope, same show, different spots. There is nothing traditional about it, which I think is, if you're used to traditional theater, it's a little weird. but it's so much fun.
Fishing opener, woo! Sorry about her. She's been drinking Mountain Dew since 6 a.m. this morning.
You know, anytime you can share a story instead of just looking at facts and statistics and things like that, I think it really brings it home and really takes it to the heart, straight to the heart, and be able to maybe relate better to where we come from in looking at the stories, telling it through today's people.
This is storytelling at its finest. It will engage people. People will understand the stories from their communities. It's not a dry lecture, an academic lecture, sitting passively in a hall while someone shows a PowerPoint. It's interactive, it's moving, it's original. We're telling real stories from Otter Tail County history. This is about their town, their county, their history.